We've got everything you need to know for October the 24th coming up. Alright, greetings, Eagle family. It's another week of me growing out my beard, and it's the week of October the 24th, and we have an exciting week. We're so extremely excited to present the Atascocita High School Military Marching Band at their UIL Area Playoff competition at Galena Park Stadium this week. So at this time, let's go over all the things now. So first of all, rehearsals. Rehearsals, we have them on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Friday. They all start at 3:45. Monday will go to 5, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday goes to 6 o'clock. Now, we have a Friday rehearsal scheduled on the high school football field. Special thanks to Coach Stump for allowing us to do that. This is for our team to prepare for area marching competition coming up on Saturday. That rehearsal is on Friday because we have a Thursday football game. It's essentially the same schedule as the week that we had that last Thursday game, the week of regional marching contest, where this Thursday, we are going to be playing North Shore High School at our home stadium in Turner. An itinerary is going to be going out this week on that, but just look for it to be almost identical to most home game schedules that we've had all year long, where we do a rehearsal run through before we leave, and then we depart to go to the stadium that day. Now, let's talk a little bit about Saturday, UIL Area Marching Contest. So as you guys know, the band has advanced to UIL Area Marching Contest that is held at Galena Park Stadium on October the 29th. That itinerary is published now, and it is available online, so please be sure to go over the itinerary because it's a kind of a long day, and it's uniquely different from every contest that we've gone to. So here's a couple of items. Since we have an early draw time of 9 a.m., our arrival time is going to be pretty early in the morning. It's going to be 5 a.m. Now, most bands in our areas, they're having their students arrive at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. time at their schools, but we decided as a team to push our time back as much as we possibly could so that we felt like the students were rested. Okay, as we take a look at the itinerary here, the Saturday, October the 29th at Galena Park ISD Stadium, the address is right here for everybody in case you need to have specific directions on your Google map and where to go. I mentioned earlier that we do have a very early arrival time. A lot of other programs are having their kids up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 up on the field, but we decided to push our time back as much as we possibly could so that our students could be rested. At 5:15, we're going to rehearse on the football field, and I mentioned here that this is incredibly important for our team so that our kids could have the performance fresh in their minds so that they could have the best performance possible. Usually a quick rehearsal is really, really clutch when it comes to having the best performance possible. Once the rehearsal's over, we'll head to the band hall, and then after this, it's very much like almost every region contest that we've gone to, where we rehearse, we inspect, we roll call, we go to the performance site, we arrive there, we warm up, we perform, the performance is over, and then we go back home. Now, unlike region, this contest actually is an all-day event. So if you do look on the next page, this kind of explains what we're going to be doing. For the rest of the time, the students are going to be free to go home and rest during that time between the time that they're done performing and all the way up to when they wait for their announcements at 4:30 to determine whether or not they will be a finalist that advance to the next round. So they'll have roughly 4 hours to go home and rest and relax. We're going to keep the truck loaded because we're not going to need to be unloading the equipment truck since we're going to be coming right back. We're going to close the band hall for a couple of hours so that kids can go home and everybody can go grab lunch, and then we will reopen the band hall at 1:30 p.m. for students to arrive back at the school. We decided to do it this way so that the students weren't super tired from staying at the stadium all day long waiting for the results. We wanted to send the kids home so that they could have a lot of rest in the event that we do advance and go to the next round. So we will go ahead and return back to the school at 2 o'clock. We'll do a quick rehearsal with one time through the click track. It won't take very long. We'll go back to the band hall, and then we'll roll call with our garment bags. They will not need to wear their uniforms at that time, pending that we we'll find out if we were perform or not. So drum majors, though, they are going to need to suit up because there is a drum major retreat for them. At about 3:10, we're going to load the buses. At 3:20, we're going to depart back to the stadium, and we should arrive there around 4 o'clock. What we will do is we will stay on the buses. We will wait for the announcements to see if we are one out of 10 bands that are selected to perform for the finals round for that night for UIL area marching contest. Now, if the band is selected to advance to area finals at 5 p.m., around that time is when we're going to determine whether or not we are one of the bands. I'm going to have all of the kids at the buses to get a debriefing on the instructions. We know that the first warm-up time for whatever band draws first, for whatever director draws first, is going to start at 5:10. Now, we could end up being, draw number 1, 2, or 3, which would be early. If it's an early performance, we need to suit up quickly, and we need to go straight to warm-up so that we could do our performance. Now, if we're one of those bands that draws like draw number 8, 9, or 10, or whatever, if we perform late, then we could do drinks and snacks early, and then we could go to music and warm up. So here's sort of a fill in the blank for anybody that if we do get selected to go to area finals, and you could write in what time our warm up time is, and then when our finals performance would be. The announcement of the state marching contest participants are going to be the ones that are the top 5 out of the top 10 for area finals. Those top 5 will be selected to participate at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio for UIL State Marching Championships. We'll find that out at 9:15, and then the announcements are going to be over around 9:30. Back on the buses, depart back to Atascocita at 9:45, and we should be back around 10:30. Now, if the band is not selected to advance to UIL area finals and is not one of the top 10 bands at area marching contests, then that means officially our competition season is over. At 5 o'clock, we will head back to the buses. I'll get all the students off the buses so that we can debrief and get the instructions from the directors. I'll let the kids know how they did, where they ranked, and have a quick discussion about the year, and then we'll move forward from there, get the kids back on the bus around 5:10, and then we should be back to Atascocita High School at least before 6 o'clock. I'm aiming for 5:50. So that is the itinerary in a nutshell, and I wanted to go over it kind of bullet by bullet because it is different than what we have normally done before. So I hope this helps you guys out. So as you can see, it's a long day. It's a long contest. And so since we perform as one of the first bands there that day, there's going to be a 4-hour window where students go home and rest, and then they come back to the school to head back to Galena Park to receive their results. And so we decided as a team that the best thing for students was to go home and get some rest instead of staying at the contest all day and getting super tired at that. So just, again, please be sure to read the full itinerary so that way you understand clearly how the contest works, because if the band does advance to area finals, they will perform again that night as one of the top 10 bands in the area for a chance to be selected as who is going to be participating in state marching championships. And then if the band does not advance to finals, they will bus back home. And that would conclude our competitive season for marching band. Now, if the band does advance to UIL State Marching Championships, that contest is held in San Antonio on November 7th and 8th, the Alamo Dome. If the band does not advance to UIL State Championships, that would conclude our competition season for marching band. So the itinerary that we discussed is got all of the details for every student and parent, that way that you have a clear understanding of everything that we're going to be doing for area marching contest on that Saturday. Let's talk real quickly about rehearsals after area marching contest. So pending how we do at UIL area marching contest this coming Saturday, potentially our competitive season could possibly be over. If we advanced past area, our rehearsals would continue the same, going all the way up to when we go to San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. If our competitive season ends at area and we do not advance past this going to state, then our rehearsals are going to reduce drastically. We would reduce it down to only Thursday, and it would be from 3:45 to 4:45. We would only just need an hour so that we could practice with the drill team and then go over our new fun show for the kids. so that they can do that show in place of our previous military drill. And we'll have much more on that later. A final note before I go is next week we do have TMEA Region Orchestra auditions on Monday, October the 31st. There will be several band students that are going to be competing at Spring High School for a chance to be selected for the TMEA All Region Orchestra. So this was a sign up that we did about 3 weeks ago. If your child has signed up to participate in that contest, we have entered them into the TMEA All Region audition contest, and the district has paid for their way to go, which is really awesome. There will be an itinerary of that day going out as well once we get more information back from our region. And so a quick note about this is for the TMEA Region Orchestra, the audition usually always falls on the last Monday of October. So in other words, it's not always Halloween Day, but I just wanted to make sure that families understood, who makes the selection on when these competitions happen. That is usually out of the director's control, but in this case, it has always fallen on the last Monday of October. So that's just how it fell this year. So just so that going into next year's, and then moving on, it will more than likely not be on Halloween like it is now. So the best thing that you can do is continuously check the calendar and sync the calendar that is located on the atascocitoband.com website. It is always up to date with all of the things that you need to be updated on and aware of as we move forward with our program. All right, so that does it for this really busy week. The band directors are super, super proud of all of our band students. We know that they have worked extremely hard all year long, and we know that our end of our season is also closely coming up as well, as we are about to be preparing to make the transition to sit-down band with chairs and stands to get ready for our what would be our first concert performance of the year, which would be our winter band concert on December the 13th. We hope you all have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on the next one.